Roy.
Go, kid.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely bricking it.
I'll do it, I will do it, I will do it.
For each your own, for every man who returns.
Fucking hell. Oh, I've done it, fucking done it, yes.
Good work, that's fucking good.
Oh,
First goal, straight off 10,
man.
conquer the fear.
Conquer the fear there, man.
Yeah, that's something else to achieve.
I can see why Ian wanted to overcome his fears. Now that I've conquered my own, I feel invincible.
Listen, you know what, this is all it is. It's your brain just going, you know...
With everything like this, it's just mental.
brain,
It's mental, like I said, running up them stairs, getting in that cage, everything, it's all in your head. It's just having that mental strength. We did it.
It is a nice feeling to feel I've done it. I mean, there was a moment where I just thought I can't do it. I can't actually physically bring myself to do it. Anyway, on a lighter note, I thought I'd bring a little pink number out today. You know what I mean? See, it's all a myth, all this Danny Dyer hard man bollocks. And I'm a very feminine fucking fella.
I'm feeling good after the jump, and it's given me some idea of how it's helped Ian's mindset. But it doesn't matter where your head is at if you haven't got the physical strength. The fight is now only 10 days away, and it's Dave's job to fine-tune Ian's fight skills in preparation for the M1 challenge. Ian's going to step into the cage for one last round of sparring, but this time it's against his ultimate opponent, his twin.
It's always quite a weird thing to watch two brothers go at it, you know? Dave's quite ruthless, and it's going to be interesting to see, you know, just how hard he is on Ian.
Perfectly matched in size, Ian couldn't ask for a better sparring partner.
Regards sparring, it's ideal with us being pretty much equal size.
Fucking hell. How hard will Dave push his brother?
If we're going to be really honest about it, Dave doesn't drink and lives a clean lifestyle. Whereas I party between my fights. So Dave's physically in good condition all year round, whereas you can catch me on an off day.
Ian says he's the best lightweight in the country, but I'm not sure if he's even the best lightweight in his family.
I think Dave's a stronger, better fighter, yeah.
Get hold of that.
Do you remember this one now?
Yeah, I remember it now.
Did you see the banter between you and all? Because it's obviously a little banter.
Yeah, while we're whacking
little
each
wink,
other.
little wink, little smart. No, it's good. It's a cheeky one there.
I'm pretty sure Bruce Lee said never take your eyes off your opponent. Even when you're talking to Danny Dyer.
It just looks so wrong because they're twins. But it ain't, you know what I mean? They're doing it for the right reasons. You know, he's going to Japan next week. He's going to get in a ring with a Japanese fighter who's going to be strong, mentally strong. And, you know, there's no better way to deal with it, I suppose, than being inside on the job, you know?
I know what they're like in the cage, but I also want to know about their life outside the cage. And as we talk about this over dinner, they make a stunning revelation.
Both of us, at some point, have looked down the barrel of a gun, which is unnerving, to say the least. But I've actually been shot, which put me out of fighting for a good.
Ian's been shot.
Where was he shot? I was shot. It went into my hand there. It came out my hand there. I was actually on the phone, and I've turned around like that, and it's gone through there. The guy was aiming for my head.
They weren't prepared to tell me who shot them, but I wonder if it could happen again. I get the sense that whatever these two have got up to in the past, that's where they want it to stay. Coming up, the boys head off to Japan for their ultimate challenge. But will Ian make his fight weight? My journey into the mind of Britain's toughest twins is drawing to a close. Dave and Ian Butlin have been training hard for the biggest event in their cage fighting careers, the M1 Challenge in Japan. And in the 3 days I've spent with them, I've been pushed to my absolute limits, physically and mentally, to get some idea of what it takes to be a top cage fighter. But I'm worried about Ian's fight preparation. He's got almost a stone to lose to make his fight weight. In a last-ditch effort, he's spending up to 5 hours a day trying to sweat it off in a 110-degree sauna.
I'm about to go and get in the sauna. And I'm not a big fan of saunas. I hate saunas. I hate them. They don't suit me. Heat, constant heat.
Even if he loses the weight, I don't think he's going to be in a good condition to fight.
Obviously, you know what you're doing. This ain't your first fight, but I mean, is there any chance that that it could affect your performance just because of them? So them last 24 hours of that manic, just trying to get that weight off.
It can give you that advantage, but if you take it a step too far, it can also be a disadvantage. It's a fine balance.
So what happens if you don't make the weight?
If you don't make the weight, you don't fight.
You just don't fight. That's it. End of.
A week later, and Ian's getting ready to fly out to Japan, and the extreme diet and exercise regime seems to be affecting his mind.
I'm as prepared as you possibly can be, really. The main thing for me now is to get the weight off, which is why I'm a little bit slow. I've been dieting for days.
Tokyo's Diffa Araki Arena is the location for the toughest fight of the Butlin twins' lives. Team England, led by Dave, will fight against 12 different countries, and Japan is the first stop of a year-long challenge. It's the first time England have sent a team to compete, so they're keen to make their mark. The news from Ian's weigh-in isn't good. Because of the 12-hour flight, his body has retained water, and he's still a stone over his fight weight.
It was probably the most depressed I've ever felt when I stood on the scales. But there's no way I was going to give up. I was going to make weight. You know, I'd never quit, but it wasn't very nice.
After 2 days of not eating and almost constant saunas, Ian has managed to make his weight, and the day of the fight has arrived. Months of intense training has brought them to this moment. Ian's opponent from Japan is Luis Andrade. They are the same weight, but Andrade is a more experienced fighter. He's also 6 years younger and 2 inches taller. Ian prefers a stand-up fight, and he's off to a strong start. But it isn't long before he's taken to the ground. He's going to need a lot of strength to get back up again.
Andrade has achieved full mount, Jimmy.
For just over 2 minutes, Andrade dominates Ian on the ground and batters him.
Andrade's letting go with some punches.
Ian desperately tries to break out of the hold, but he's just not strong enough. Andrade eventually gets him in a decisive hold, and Ian is forced to submit. The fight is over.
All the training I'd done, all the hard work, everything, all goes to nothing because I just had no energy in me. But that was my fault. I messed up the weight cut. So
And he got the weight off. I don't know how much effect that had on the fight. And I won't want to make excuses. I think his opponent was a good, strong guy, and he beat him fair and square.
Ian lost his fight, but for Dave as team coach, Japan was a success, with 4 out of his 5 fighters winning their bouts.
We went over there as the underdogs and we've won 4-1, so that puts us top of the table, so it's a good result all around.
He's brought an English team over to beat Japan on the home soil, so it's brilliant for him. And moving on to America, we're just going to repeat that performance, but obviously mine's going to be better.
Ian has got another chance to prove that he can do it. He's back in the gym and training hard for the next fight. Dave, as usual, is right by his side, driving him on.
Keep fighting! Keep fighting!
It's been a unique journey into 2 very different minds. The childhood battles have been left behind, and now one twin fights for the other around the world. But the psychological struggle between them will rage on forever.